What is going on, guys? All Gas TV here, and today we're going to be doing our predictions to the rest of Speedweeks. Things we're going to be going up with today is going to be in right about up here. I don't know why I do that. I should really practice not to do that. Not going to happen anytime soon. But yeah, there's the 5 things we're going to be going about here. We're going to be talking about the duels lineups again, my predictions for the duels, my truck race prediction, Xfinity race prediction, and possible streams. We won't be not talking about my Daytona 500 prediction quite yet because we don't know the full starting lineup for it. Alrighty, let's get into this. So the duels do kick off 5:30 Eastern Time on FS1 tomorrow. The drivers going in duel number 1 are right here on your right side of your screen, with William Byron and Jimmy Johnson being the front row. Many interesting names here, but some names to point out: the drivers that have to race their way in: Ryan Truex, Parker Kligerman, are 2 that I notice the most. I believe it's 3 in this race, 3 in the next race. The other car is Tyler Reddick, but he qualified in on speed on Sunday, which was for pole qualifying. He was one of 2 cars. The other car is in the second duel, but pretty interesting group of drivers here. How we can see this beginning of this race go, by the way, the 200 car is going to drop to the back because they're set up for qualifying, or is their car that just that good? They just come out of the off season good to go for their 500. Many questions we're gonna have here. Suarez gonna do and whatnot, and then also can we see anything different for than from Sunday's clash race? Are we gonna see different racing whatnot? Because this is the first time since practice on Saturday they are coming out with this new aero package with the tapered spacers instead, right? No, this is the last race with restrictor plates. How's it gonna be? That's my question. We're gonna see straight line racing and then everything just be boring like it was last Sunday, or we're gonna see some interesting things here. So there is a lineup for duel number 1. Here's a lineup for duel number 2. Again, front row are Hendrick Motorsports cars. Your drivers here that have to race their way in include Brendan Gaughan and Joey Gase, I do believe, because BJ McLeod is part of Rick Ware Racing. He's in due to what I'm thinking of. He's the one of the 36 cars guaranteed in. So is Shane McMurray. So is Ross Chastain. They're Corey LaJoie. They're all locked in via 36. Are we going to see anything different in this race as well? Oh, by the way, Kurt Busch is not part of Stewart Haas Racing. Ignore that. The site I got this from was wrong. How dare they get that wrong? He's part of Ganassi Racing. This is the second duel. This is the second 60 lap duel. This race should probably start maybe 7:30 Eastern Time, 8 o'clock Eastern Time. Maybe a little bit later. That depends on how quick the first duel gets done. And my question is how interesting this duel is going to be, because of what we saw Sunday. Is it going to be another freight train type of race, or are these guys actually going to drive because you have some drivers? Why not? These are for positions for the 500. And 2, from what they see in the first race can pretty much be like, hey, this is what the second race. Again, is the Hendrick car's going to drop back, or any of these cars in the top 6 going to drop back because they qualified with speed? So many questions. But I think it's time to come to prediction time. I do believe. Yes, it is. We're on to point number 2, prediction time. A couple of predictions I have. I feel like it's going to be a lot of torn up cars. I feel like one of the front 2 pole position cars is going to get into a wreck and have to go to a backup car. I feel like Hendrick's going to drop back due to them being in qualifying setup. I feel like the Mustangs are going to dominate. I feel like some of these things here are going to happen. One of these races is going to get a red flag, and it's going to come down to a green-white check in one of the races. I feel like that's my predictions for those. Let's get into my actual predictions now. Here we are. So here we go. I mean, we can explain it here all you want. I feel like your dual one race winner is I want to say, you can consider him a plate track racer, plate track aficionado, whatever you want to say it. Plate track racer, a good driver there. Plate track is Brad Keselowski. He's been proven to be good at plate tracks in the past. That Mustang looked pretty dominant on Sunday. I feel like it's going to be dominant again. I feel like Brad Keselowski is going to have success. I feel like Palmer is going to be up there. I feel like this is the one race one of the Hendrick cars is going to wreck. One of them being your pole sitter, William Byron. I feel like he's going to get into a wreck and have to go to a backup car, but still get the pole position trophy and whatnot, because it's too late to go back and get that out. The drivers to make the 500 on race and way in, I will be Ryan Truex in number 71 car. I do believe he will get into the race by finishing ahead of every other driver. Not much to explain behind there. I feel like he's got a little bit more experience than some of these other drivers here. Parker Kligerman and yeah, that's the only one he has to race against is Parker Kligerman. I feel like he's going to beat him. I feel like that 96 car isn't good enough to make the 500 and whatnot. Again, one of each car, each dual race should make it. I don't believe they're going to go, hey, this guy finished, these two finished 10th and 12th. They make the race because you guys finished 13th and 16th. I feel like they're going to take one from each race, not take 2 from one race, 2 from another race. I mean, I could be wrong. We can come here tomorrow and do a reaction video for Friday and be like, hey, I was wrong. I'm been proved wrong. But I feel like that's going to be the case. I feel like they're going to take one from each driver, one from each race. But if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I mean, I don't care. I mean, Keselowski could not win this race either, you know. Let's get to duel number 2. The one driver I do believe that is great in dual races is Chase Elliott. And I feel like he's going to be your winner of race chase number 2. Duel number 2. He's won like his past 3 dual races. I feel like he's going to be good enough to get number 4. I feel like they're going to make the right adjustments on pit road when they need a pit and whatnot. I feel like this car is going to be good when it comes to the 500. When I feel like Chase Elliott is going to be winner of duel number 2. He's just been good in Speedweeks in general. He's got the pole position or front row in like the past 3 Daytona 500s. He's won the dual races. I mean, he's unbeatable, I feel like, in Speedweeks until the race. Fuel issues, whatnot. The driver to make it to me will be Brendan Gunn in this race. I feel like he has slightly a little bit better equipment than the other driver. I mean, I should remember this. Oh, than Joey Gase. Totally, he has better equipment than Joey Gase. Yeah, I mean, that's my predictions right there, folks. I mean, I could be completely wrong. Elliott could wreck. Half the field can be destroyed. And Brendan Gaughan and Ryan Truex both this race. I mean, yeah, that could happen. I hope not. let's get into the truck race prediction. And the first thing we have to talk about is some notable drivers in the truck race. They released the entry lineup for the truck race the other day. There's some interesting names, some interesting rides for this one. A couple I'd like to point out here is Johnny Sauter in the 13, Gus Steen in the 12, David Gillen will be driving the 17, Austin Hill in the 16, Harrison Burton in the 18, Brett Moffitt in the 24, Brendan Poole will be in this race, Timothy Peters in the 44, Ross Chastain in the 45, Christian X in the 51 will be in this race, Natalie Decker will be in this race in the 54, Austin Therault will be in the 92. There's some interesting names in this field. And I feel like we're going to see some interesting names in front of the field. One of them, I feel like it's going to be real interesting, is Natalie Decker. I feel like she'll be up front for some of the race here. I feel like she's proved last year in the ARCA series, and, well, we have to see practice tomorrow and Friday for the qualifying Friday for the race, and whatnot, how she'll actually do in the race conditions, whatnot, in the draft, in the truck, whatnot, if it's going to be any different. But I feel like she's proven that she's good at play tracks and ARCA. And I feel like she's going to show that success again. Just getting caught up in a wreck or something. I feel like you can see a couple of these young guns up there, Todd Gillen, Christian Eck. I don't remember if Gus Steen's young or not. I feel like Gus Steen's going to be up there. You're going to see some new names to the front. You're going to see some old names to the front. You're going to see names in different rides up the front. This race might be a caution fest. I mean, with the addition of stage races again 3 years ago, and 2 years ago, Daytona, 2 years ago, things became interesting when I feel like it's going to become interesting again. I feel like some of these young guns are going to be pushing it because they haven't had to deal with stage racing and whatnot yet, and causing wrecks towards the end of the stages. I feel like it's going to take a veteran to step up and whatnot, and my race prediction, race winner prediction, is going to be Johnny Sauter. I feel like he's done well at Daytona in years past. He's going to continue his success at Daytona. I feel like he is going to win and get back at GMS Motorsports for taking him out of his ride for defending champion Brett Moffitt. Yet again, it's defending champion. What do you expect? Is it the right thing to do now? Is this only a one-off race? No one yet knows. Maybe he can just win and continue to get rides this year. But I feel like Johnny Sauter's going to be going into Daytona, going into practice tomorrow, and be like, I deserve this ride. I'm going to be in this ride. Watch me. Now it is time for the Xfinity Series. And I saw the entry list for the Xfinity Series, and I started asking, where are the leech drivers? Where are the guys who were double dipping? Let's just go through the list here. First guy I see is Chase Elliott in the 8 car. Announced earlier this year, this 8 car is going to be one of those part-time rides, having drivers come in and out, whatnot. Chase Elliott, I know, Ryan Truex Jr. is doing a race. Zane Smith's doing a race. There's going to be multiple drivers in this car. Chase Elliott's going to be the first one into the car this year, in the 8 car. He's the first leech driver. Ross Chastain's double dipping. I don't know if he's competing for the Cup points or not. He might be. But he's another car you want to take a look at. Brad Keselowski's the most notable one in the Penske 12 car. He's double dipping. That looks to be it. When I saw this, I was very surprised that I see Brad Keselowski, Ross Chastain, Chase Elliott, and Tyler Reddick, but he's competing for points in the Nationwide Series. Are your only 3 drivers here this year competing in this Daytona race? I feel like this race would be filled with more Cup drivers because drivers have sponsorship that we're able to bring over. Why not? But I was surprised when I only saw 3-4 drivers. That's it. And it's only 38 cars entering this race. And I think that is the new number. Now it's time to predict this race. Last year, the third stage took like 6-7 green light checkers to get over. Not many experienced drivers or your cup leeches in this race. I think your Xfinity Series drivers are going to put on a good show. It's going to come down to late again. I feel like it's going to be wreck after wreck after wreck late. I feel like you're going to see some young guns up in front of the field. I feel like you're going to see Wreck up front again. You're going to see maybe Greg's in the front. Chase Elliott's going to be up front. Brett Keselowski's going to be up front. Cindric's going to be up front. Briscoe, Custer, you name it, they're going to be up front. One guy I would like to point out here is Jeffrey Earnhardt. He's in the 18 Gibbs Toyota. I feel like he's going to have a good race. It's going to be his first race to prove that he's actually good at driving. Yeah, it's in an Xfinity Series, but he can do good enough to be considered, hey, we need you for this ride. We need you for this ride. We need you to come up here and fill this car. Can you do it? I feel like he's going to improve something. I feel like he's going to be good enough equipment. He's going to show success. He's going to show that success by getting the Earnhardt name into victory lane this weekend at Daytona. This is not going to happen, but, you know, I just had to. The other drivers I could think of are Chase Elliott, Brett Keselowski, or two of them. I think Noah Gragson can do good. Tyler Reddick could be up there again. Some more of these lesser named no names like Ryan C could be up there. I feel like it's going to be interesting late. Wrecks are going to happen. Some drivers are going to avoid them. Some drivers are going to get into them. Some of these drivers who've been successful all race are going to be there and whatnot. I feel like Jeffrey Earnhardt's going to prove that he's okay. He's good in the Gibbs equipment, and he's going to go and win the I don't know what he's even called, 300 at Daytona, maybe 400, it's 300 at Daytona. He's going to go and win it. Prove me wrong. Last thing to talk about, streams. So we will be doing a couple of streams here. I'm not 100% sure on how they're gonna go, whatnot. Tomorrow we are gonna do duel number 2. I'll be too busy to do duel number 1, unfortunately. I don't know how the format's gonna be. I might do it where X driver in, X driver out, lap counter, showing the race or not. Won't be doing the truck race Friday. Won't be home. I'll be driving home actually. And Saturday should be able to do the Xfinity Series race. I don't see a reason why I couldn't. I don't have anything going on Saturday. And Sunday is still up in the air. I don't no clue what I'm doing Sunday quite yet. Well, obviously watching the Daytona 500. I don't know if that's going to be a situation where I'm going to be, yeah, you get to see this amount of laps. It might be the last part of stage 3. You may see part of the last 10 laps of stage 1, 2, and like the last 25 laps of the race. You might be all you get to see, like a camera, live reactions, and whatnot. He comes on at the most convenient time. It's still up in the air what I'm going to do and whatnot. But yeah, that's going to be it. That's all I got. Covered all 5 things. Now I'm going to drink my Mountain Dew. Yeah. Let's get into this. NASCAR's back in swing, folks. Back in session. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. New to the channel, click that subscribe button. Turn on notifications so you get notifications about whenever I post a video and whatnot, NASCAR related. MLB The Show comes out in a month and like 13 days. I'm going to be playing that on the channel too, so 2 kind of things, NASCAR and MLB. What's going to do Madden this year? I ain't going to talk about that. What else? Live streams and whatnot, depending on internet quality, is gonna happen. So just click the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell to get all those things. Share this with your friends. Tell them to come watch this channel if you have any friends who are in NASCAR, want some innings and whatnot. So we'll be doing race recaps and previews and any major news I can find. I know I'm not the only one doing this, so you'll probably hear it on other sources. Yeah, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.